Aloha and good morning, everyone. I have to admit that while it was a nice bounce overall on Monday, uh, we didn't close at the high of the day on the indexes. And while it was nice to see my personal long positions do overall very well on Monday, following the very weak open, my individual stock scans did not produce a whole lot of potential long positions that made me excited at all. But I did get two new long signals. They're both very speculative. So let's go over the most speculative one first, GLA. GLA is bouncing off of its 30 relative strength index line as it sold off here in March. Its MACD is only now starting to slightly curl higher off its low, so I'm anticipating that this is the turn with the candle over candle pattern with heavier volume confirmation. And it made my max green bop for 5-day scan and my green bop for 20-day scan. Now GLA, I noticed it the previous session on Friday, but the problem is not candle over candle, so couldn't go long. Confirmation today, but it was up so much today that it's a little risky here. I don't think I want to risk it pulling back to 420 to get long, because if this thing explodes higher, it's just going to probably move really fast without me. So I'm going to go ahead and work a limit order at 450. My only cut loss level will be 385, so it's a lot of potential downside. But my first goal is $6, the high of the day of 322. Then I'm expecting a move to 848. Then I would be looking for it to move to 9, and then potentially, if we're really lucky, get it to move back here to 1260 back on November 29th. But either way, I love the candle over candle. It just would have been nicer if the stock would have closed, preferably like around 425, 430, and wouldn't have been so extended today, like maybe up only 5% today instead of 8%. But I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully I get a gap down in the morning. Right now, let me go check my other monitor. The futures are up 19.19% on the NASDAQ, 0.06% on the Russell 2000. So we'll see. But GLA, that's going to be my long idea. 450 limit, 385 cut loss. And the better overall long position, less risk is involved, is PSDV. You can see all the pocket pivot point signals here. That's the blue line jumping. You can see how it's kind of building a floor right around this 165, 163 area. You can see that BOP's been rising since it went green over the past few sessions with the heavy accumulation. So it's a nice rounding pattern with strong volume. Candle over candle pattern also. This one was oversold RSI back in October, November, December. So it's gone from an oversold RSI play to a momentum RSI play. MACD is trending higher, so kind of everything's in confirmation here. I want to get long PSDV at 172. My only cut loss level for me personally is going to be a move at below 163. It's this February 14th low a day. So if it cuts that, I'll get out of PSDV, because this one, the risk is so limited compared to like GLA that if I just do the same size, about $1,000 per position, that's good enough for me right now. And the first profit target goal for PSDV is 185. Then I'm looking at a move to 204. Then maybe 215, that's the January high. 204 is the February 22nd high. And then maybe it can get all the way back up to the high in October 19th, which was 241. But those are my initial profit targets. And then obviously the 50-day moving average, which is, or the 200-day moving average, excuse me, which is like right around 250. But I'm sure that'll come down into the line and match up more with the 241, October 19th, 2016 high of day in enough time. Boy, that seems like that's far away over here. What am I looking at here? That's the October one. I've got a different price chart. I'm looking at my other computer over here, stockcharts.com. But either way, that's what I'd be looking for it to do right there. So 241 or 322. Yeah, that's totally wrong. So ignore anything on Telechart. Just pay attention to this price action here in March. So 172. My only risk is to 163. And of course, we'll be looking at profit targets here, and then you're going to have to look at a different chart pattern because Telechart's all messed up, and I'm not sure why, but there is a reason. So those are two long positions, PSDV and GLA. GLA is my personal favorite, but it's up a bit too much. Like I said, if you want to work a limit order maybe at 430 or 440, you're more than welcome. I'm going to go ahead and use 450. All right, everyone. Aloha.